Hello, welcome to the Cock Dice. I am Charlie and I am 3 weeks late with my updates. For various reasons, I haven't been able to put bits and pieces online tracking my progress. So here is a kind of crash course in where I have gotten to by week 5. I have painted in total over the 5 weeks 15 sisters split into 3 groups of 5, some with storm bolters, some with flamers, 3 retributors with multi-melters in a squad with a simulacrum and a superior with a combi flamer, and then also a canoness for all of the sweet buffs. I've gone with a Valorous Heart analog chapter who will get the bonus against armor penetration, so ignoring the armor penetration 1 from Ian's attacks, and getting +1 AP when they roll a natural 6 to hit as a result of their sacred rites. Since the end of week 2, I've painted really slowly, I have to say, but I have put together and painted the Repentia, the Penitent Engine, and the Retributor squad. I also did some arco flatulence, but they aren't going to feature in my 500 points squad because, as it turns out, I'm terrible at maths. The Repentia, I have gone for a sort of grey undershirt that they'd wear underneath their armour, and then I've kept the red that ties into the main squad in their sort of bindings and blindfolds and that kind of thing. And then all the metals I figure would probably carry through. It's a standard size squad out the box from the army pack, so I'm not expecting it to do wonderfully. It'll probably die really quickly, but it can sit there and go, we've got chainswords and we'll chop holes in you, and hopefully that will kind of draw Ian's attention a little bit. The Penitent Engine, again, came from the army box. Blasted that with lead belcher spray and a shed load of Nuln oil. And then I've just kind of taken the other colours from the sister scheme. The red I did by putting a Flesh Tearer contrast over the lead belch to get that sort of nice matte metally look rather than just copying the sister's armour. I've used the same highlights, so a sort of scarlety colour on the very edges of the red just to highlight it a little bit, but otherwise I sort of left that as it was for a nice accent colour. I've developed a bit of an obsession with blue incense flames and smoke, so I've decided all my fire is going to look sort of cold and smoky rather than bright red and orange and yellow traditional flames. After those, I've painted the Retributor squad, so there are 3 multi-melter Retributors, 1 simulacrum and a sister superior with a combi flamer, which in theory would give me the nice Holy Trinity squad, but if it's close enough to use that stratagem, I've done something wrong. They've got, again, the standard colours from the rest of the sisters, so the corn red base Nuln oil and then highlighted up, and the cream gowns. Those I'm hoping to mess up anything that's a Carnifex or bigger, something that has a fair chunk of health and I just want to punch it down really quickly. I'll keep them back and pop them around corners and probably spend all of my miracle dice on damage rolls and wound rolls with them. And then the arco flatulence I painted because I really like the look of them, actually. I wasn't originally going to bother with them because I thought they'd die really quickly. But I have decided actually I'm going to build a bigger arco flagellant bomb and find either a Preacher or maybe Thaddeus the Purifier or something like that to give them the extra hits, really buff them up, and then try the Extremis keyword. Probably get away with that for 1 game. And then somebody will be onto it, and the first thing they will do is mow down all of the arco flagellants because I can't fit a Rhino into my 750 point list. But we'll see how it goes. I think it'd be good fun to at least do it once and have it work. My whole army overall then is looking pretty good. For someone who normally is a skirmish painter, this has been a bit of a slog for me. It's been a lot of painting the same colours on the same model, which you'd think would be quicker. But one of the great things about these models is they're all really cool sculpts straight out of the starter box. They're all ever so slightly different, which looks cool on the table. But if you are used to painting one model and then finishing that, putting it down, picking up the next one that's different and starting again with different colours and things, you can fall into that trap again, and it can be quite a slog once you're past your kind of base coat and your first shades. Retrospectively, I probably wouldn't have picked white cloth as my second biggest colour on the models either, because that has taken me an absolute lifetime. But we're going to have our next game in a couple of days. I think that'll go up on YouTube probably pretty soon. It's been good fun, and hopefully you'll join us to see them all get eaten alive by slavering Tyranids. So until then, ta-ta!